Along about 1825, I left Tennessee very much alive. I never would have got through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding down the Tennessee stud. I had some trouble with my sweetheart's pal. One of her brothers was a bad outlaw. I sent her a letter by my Uncle Bud, and I rode away down the Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. One day I was riding in the beautiful land, ran smack into an Indian band. They jerked their knives with a whoop and a yell, but I rode away like a bat out of hell. Well, I circled their camp for a time or two. I showed what a Tennessee horse could do. Them redskin boys never got my blood, because I was riding on the Tennessee stud. Well, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. Well, we drifted into no man's land, across that river called the Rio Grande. I raced my horse with the Spanish bull till I got me a skin full of silver and gold. Me and the gal, well, we couldn't agree. We got in a fight over Tennessee. We jerked our guns, he fell with a thud, and I got a ree on the Tennessee stud. Well, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. Well, I got as lonesome as a man can be, dreaming of McGarrow in Tennessee. The Tennessee stud's green eyes turned blue, cause he was dreaming of a sweetheart too. Well, we looked back to Arkansas. I went to brother and I went to pa. I found that girl with the golden hair, and she was riding on the Tennessee mare. Well, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. Every night when I go home, my wife would... That's the wrong sound. Across the mountains and the valleys wide, we came to the big money for the... That's halfway through the night. On the Tennessee mare and the Tennessee stud. Pretty little baby on the cabin floor, a little house cold playing around the door. I love the girl with the golden hair, and the Tennessee stud loves the Tennessee mare. Well, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. Ow! There's another one.